Hey guys. It's funny because there's actually hay on said truck. So yeah, this is my 389 Peterbilt with custom trailer, hauling hay. Pretty fun truck to drive. This is baby blue if you guys are seniors to the channel. Interior didn't change, didn't really do that much to it, but I'm going to be quiet now and play our song as we get out of this parking lot here. As you can tell, I'm getting a little sleepy from the little message that popped up. I didn't know if this guy was going to stop, so I tried to make my move, and luckily enough for us, he stopped. But topic of this video is just a little bit of a potpourri. I don't have I have a couple of topics to talk about, but I don't have them all, kind of written down, fleshed out to the best they could be. This is just going to be off the top of the head. So you guys can tell I got new editing software for this program for this portion of my channel. Oh, my signal's still on. And that's because I'm turning. Okay. But yeah, I have a new editing software. The last video, it came out really blurry. I'm going to try to not do that again. My audio was really quiet for my voiceovers, and the music might have been a little too loud. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat. But, these are things that just come from experience. You need to really learn your video editing software and put out some not so great videos, and then you get better and you put out some better quality videos. The reason why I'm doing the narration like this is because I don't have a headset microphone anymore. Mine broke. So, and I'm kind of cautious. I really don't want to pick another one up right away. I want to save a little bit and do some more car-related stuff, some more hobby-related stuff. This is really, for me, just another little hobby, but not one that I'm really too committed to. There's been, about 6 months to a year of not driving for you guys. I mean, I drive a lot. Oh, now I'm ping-ponging here, bouncing back and forth in between the lanes. This is funny. And just pay a quick look, pay attention to what's coming up. Had to make sure they were paying attention. I don't know who drives a golf cart on a public road though, but pretty funny nonetheless. So yeah, not really getting too far ahead of myself with this little hobby of making these type videos. The other thing is I have to limit my driving time because after recording this, the show behind you, not the audio. After recording the video for this, I went and played a racing game where I used the steering wheel and the shifter, and my arm just really started to hurt. I keep shifting hard. I had to go through like all 5 gears for the one car because it just kept asking for it, like the RPM gauge just kept going to the max, and it's like, alright. And then we're doing about like 230 kilometers, and it's like time to brake and steer. So anyway, I need to cut back on doing all those shifting maneuvers and steering maneuvers because it's really hurting my wrist. This happened to me back when Guitar Hero came out, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock, I think the game was called. I had it for Xbox 360. I got it for Christmas right when it came out, and I wasn't too good at it at first. And then I memorized the 3 little buttons that I needed to press. I got really good at it, and then the problem was I kept playing it so much that I started getting the wrist hurt. The similar pain from doing the similar motions here. So, other things I want to talk about: this truck compared to Rhiannon, the Kenworth W900. Oh, we're dozing off. Rhiannon, the W900L. This baby blue is Peterbilt 359. For some reason, driving this truck's a lot easier. I mean, even with a custom flatbed trailer, I'm having less trouble than I was with the 34-footer box trailer that I had with Rhiannon. Just something about the way the steering wheel is. It feels like it. I don't know, maybe it's not the steering wheel, maybe it's just the way the truck's made. You have a tighter turning radius. Tunnel time. Yeah, so like I was saying, I feel that you have a better turning radius with this truck. So, something was acting up here. So I paused it. Or no, actually, this is me going to try and find a place to go sleep. That way I don't doze off too much. And, lose the load, wreck the truck. Now, as you can tell from this GPS map here, it's really hard to tell where I turn and where I go. So, we have a few issues here coming up for finding a place to sleep. You guys will see where I go late, like in a little bit, but yeah, driving this truck's a little bit easier than driving Rhiannon. I mean, Rhiannon's also an 18-speed, but there's a different gear ratio to Baby Blue. It's easier to float the gears on this truck. The only thing is, I'm not used to driving this anymore, being that I'm mostly driving like sports cars and little cheapy hatchbacks and stuff. You guys have probably seen my Assetto Corsa drifting video, which in that I'm not the greatest drifter. The car looks like it's hard to control, but it's not really the car, it's more me. I'm trying to do all these fancy things and all these fancy drift maneuvers on a racetrack, but more practice is needed for me with that. If I haven't said it already, this is going to be like a half an hour video, so grab some popcorn, grab a beverage, enjoy. I like making shorter videos, but really it just depends on the time and how long it takes me to make the trip. Like this, if I hadn't dozed off in the truck a couple of times, I probably would have made the trip a little bit sooner, but I hope you guys don't mind. And this is me trying to get into a turning lane. Another thing I notice, and comment if I'm wrong, but I think the mirrors have a different orientation. I think the mirrors are a little better set up on this truck than they are in Rhiannon. So I don't know. I prefer this truck. Now, by the time you guys are seeing this, Oregon is already out, and I don't know how Oregon works with my mods. So we may not see some of the name brand cars. We may not see some of like the same traffic patterns. But I plan on doing another video in Oregon, which is awesome. I've already watched the little teaser trailers and the launch trailers about Oregon, and it seems really cool. One thing I will do is I will park the trailer, or maybe if you can own this kind, I would love to do a login trailer. Unfortunately, I thought Golden Hawk would be perfect for that, but unfortunately Golden Hawk, my yellow, what is that? Western Star 4900 XE does not work. Like, I can load it into the game, but I can't steer. The steering wheel just doesn't work for some reason. Why that happens, I have no clue. But, it is what it is. I can't really do anything about it right now. I'll try to see if I can find another mod that will let me load that truck. And even if I don't get the cool custom gold color, I can always make my own custom colors. Like the trailer actually is a custom color. So yeah, unfortunately we went off the road a little bit here. Made that turn a little too wide as it was dosing off. And then you'll notice there's little places where I don't quite catch it till it's too late, that I can't go in these certain areas. But I was also lucky here. I didn't damage the hay at all. I didn't damage the load. I damaged the truck a little bit, but that gets repaired easily enough. I think I might have damaged the trailer just a tiny bit, but all in all, I mean, it's not a bad trip. Pretty easy drive. It's just trying to see where people are going and stay out of their way, and, well, in this case, not hit some trees. Turned my windshield wipers on accidentally. And here I'm trying to use the mirrors more instead of, sticking my head out of the truck. Backing up really is a pain, especially with the trailer. It'd be nice if there was a way so that I could get it so that there's a camera on the roof of the truck, so it would show you how far back the trailer is, but again, might not help me because of how my vision is. I now understand why the DOT has site requirements. So that's a good looking truck there. Yep, damaged the truck a little bit, and then I'd take a look and see, oh, there's a gate there. So now it's just a matter of time trying to find a place to fall asleep. And the other thing that threw me off was there's a stop sign there. You would think that it would be open if there was a stop sign there. What is it? Stop sign for bicyclists? But hey, it's whatever. I mean, just trying to do the best I can here. I don't mess up too bad. It's my own truck, so really the person who's paying for the damages is me and my insurance company, and they love me because I pay a pretty high premium in this game now. I'm kidding. There's no such thing as paying insurance in here. That's why I've got, if you look at the message board and the map that pops up, I think it's like 3 million maybe. But I digress, guys. It's a fun game. I really do love playing American Truck Simulator. There was a time, though, when I just got really down and I got really lonely playing it, because it was like, basically, for me, it's like simulating your dream career. It's like, oh, this would be awesome to do for a living. And then I got really down because it's like, I'll probably never be able to do this. But I've come to terms with that. I mean, I hear a lot of the other stories about trucking's not all it's cracked up to be. You got to deal with brokers who will try to take the shirt off your back. You got crazy people who will try to steal your truck. You got all kinds of things. I'm not saying that trucking's not a great career choice right now, but it does have its setbacks and its drawbacks. I don't know, but I'd venture to guess that there are a lot of people who truck because they need to. It's one of the things that they feel, it's one of the few things that they feel they can only do, which probably isn't the truth. You could probably do a lot of different things. But bottom line, I'm not trying to besmirch trucking. I myself would love to be a trucker. I'd also love to be a police officer, but again, I can see how people are going to drop lines in the comments. I mean, my vision and my overall health is not good enough to become a police officer in my local jurisdiction. So, but I do understand how that is a high stress, a high risk job, and I don't even know how I got started on this rant. This actually was something I wasn't going to talk about, so. But the other thing, why I really love trucking is you're alone with your thoughts. So some of your clearest moments, your deepest thoughts come out. And that can be a scary thing too. I mean, I took meditation for a class during winter semester because I needed an extra credit, like a single extra credit. That was the only way I could do it. Go figure. But it really got me in touch with what was inside my head, my thoughts. And I didn't like that, man. There was something about it. I got really down again. And, it's not a fun, it wasn't a good thing for me. And I'm not saying, mindfulness meditation will be great, will be horrible for you. It might be great for you watching this, but I don't know. It's not for me, man. There are just some things that need to be, kept under lock and key. I mean, I'm trying to put a comedic spin on something that's a little serious, but yeah, it's something that, it's a heavy power. I mean, going into it, the first class, it was only like 5 sessions, I think. 5 sessions, including the final. Anyway, I'm just saying, don't underestimate it like I did when I first entered into the class. Look, guys, it's nighttime. And I didn't notice that my headlights were on, but they are. And I actually had the high beams on, that's why you see them going off. Low air pressure. I found a trick. What you do is you put the truck, you take the air brake off, you put the truck in, I think it's the first gear or reverse gear, and then you just rev it, and it cycles all the air through. And see, now we're moving. And I really throw the wheel here, but the other thing is, you'll watch, I get a little confused, which, there's complex intersections in New Mexico that always throw me for a loop. I'm not sure if you get to see them in this video, but if you guys have been around the channel for a little while, you've seen them. So. this turn right here, there were a couple of times where I kept looking at how that flatbed trailer handles, and I've gotten really used to it to the point where I can make a pretty narrow turn. Like here, you'll see this is a dead end. I don't know why my rotary beacon was on. I don't know about you, but I really can't see through that mirror either. But what I figured was, if I'm not seeing hay, then I'm doing pretty good. So now we're getting back on track. The other thing is, why you're probably asking, why am I seeing the turn signal through the roof of the cab? Because this truck is so big and it's used to doing heavy haul, I thought it would be good for people to actually see the turn signals. So I have a set of turn lights on the roof. There's two for the right, and one for the left. So the driver's side here, which is the left of the truck, there's only one light there, and then for the right there's two lights because I got confused. So the other problem I have with this truck is it's too overpowered. I mean, 18 gears, 18 speed semis are usually for your oversized heavy haul, which is something I'd love to do. The only thing is, in this game, it doesn't really follow the DOT standards for America, so you could be running heavy haul at night, but in real life, you're not really running heavy haul at night. But anyway, it's too overpowered, so I could pretty much sit 8 low for a lot of the trips. 13 gears is probably more realistic for something that would be hauling hay. So I might buy another truck that, ran through the red light here. But I might buy another truck that has 13 gears. You know, I might get another Peterbilt 389 and not put the drop axle on it and just run it through 13 gears. Maybe make it look like this, maybe have a different color. I just don't know. See, I love the Peterbilt 389, but what I really love, the truck I really fell in love with, and there's a story about this. There's a couple of stories on this channel about that truck, is the Kenworth K100. Just something about the cab overs. And it really was the first truck that I saw, and it reminded me of like the 1950s refrigerators that looked like a robot wearing a suit, because of the way that the padding of the door of the fridge really did it. You know, just the super loud colors for the padding, and then the kind of blander, not as bright colors for the freezer unit. And I'm talking about the ones where you had to like push down with your thumb and then pull open. I wonder if anybody has any of those type of refrigerators anymore that work. You know, if it's just a drink fridge, let me know. I'm always kind of interested in the the retro things. I mean, you can call me a hipster as much as you want. Sometimes I feel that label kind of does describe me. But, hey, you can't get away from what people will call you. Getting close to the end of our little drive. Those of you who know me, who know this part of the channel, know that these videos are about 30 minutes in length. And there's a good amount of talking. You guys are probably like, how does he do it? To tell you the truth, I don't know myself. At this point, the way that I'm recording this, I probably should just write down a script and just use this as like B-roll footage for my kind of videos, for for this kind of video. I mean, really, when I started out, I kind of wanted these to be like video vlogs, like truck driving vlogs, or, you know, kind of like the motor vlogs, but I'm not on a motorcycle, I'm driving a semi. So, you guys get it. I mean, one of the biggest inspirations for this type video and channel was Allie Knight, and I actually found her channel through a little post on this video game. It was like this video games page. I play it through a web service called Steam, so I own the game, and there's a lot of cool little things, like there's different modifications to the game that people post on. It's called the Steam Workshop, and they really integrate well with the game. But what had happened, how I found Allie Knight, was there was a blog post. This is me running through the different light cycles, so low beams, high beams. But how I found Allie Knight's channel was actually through a post from the makers of the game, talking about how they watch her channel to kind of get a feel for what trucking is like. Now, it's been I want to say like 2 years since Allie Knight stopped trucking, and now, you know, her and I think it's her husband Steve. I don't know I don't know a lot about her life. I only know what they show you on their little YouTube show. It's pretty much turned into their life renovating a house that they had purchased. They were going to go on a lot of vacations. They bought an RV. It's a lot of different things. It's kind of like, I guess you would call it a lifestyle type show, I guess. I really don't know. But they're cool people. I like watching their videos. So, you know, I used to love watching Allie Knight drive, because she would talk for a little bit, and then you would just get to see like the beautiful scenery of every state. And the funny thing was, like, some of the states she drove through, I think she drove, yeah, if I remember correctly, she drove through parts of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and parts of Hershey. And the funny thing was, I went to a toy show in Harrisburg, and we actually kind of took a similar route that Allie Knight took when we were trying to take the little ones to Hershey Park. Now, the funny thing with Hershey Park was, we actually got to see the back of Hershey Park. My mom and I I'm a decent navigator, but GPS can really mess with you every once in a while. So, as you can tell from the one in the truck right now. But, no, it was funny. We actually got to see the back of Hershey Park, just like Allie Knight did. Her channel was just a lot of fun to watch if you're really interested in trucking. I don't really follow her that closely that much anymore, because I'm not really too big into people's lifestyles as much as I was. I mean, there's certain people where it's like certain gamers where it's like, I would like more vlog style videos from you. You know, you've got this super cool car that you just bought, or you live in this super cool location. You know, you don't have to show your house, but just show us some cool local landmarks, which I know some of you guys are like, you live where? Can we see some cool landmarks around where you live? And, you know, I'm cool with doing that. It's just I can't really do too much, because my area is kind of small, I guess you would say. I mean, I live in one of the smallest states in the United States, so take your pick. I mean, I probably dropped a few hints or told you where I lived in one of my videos. But, I don't know. I think I'll do some cool landmarky videos. I'd like to do more trip videos where it's like I go on a trip and you guys see everything that's kind of going on, like all the scenery, because that's what I would watch Allie Knight's videos for. They were just cool to calm down in between classes in college. So at some point it's like, what do you say? You know, I'm X number of years old, I graduated college X year, I don't really have too much life experience. mean, I was one of those guys in high school where it was like different things happened to me, and I could write all these stories about what happened. But oh yeah, that's the honking into Arizona. That's my hello Arizona horn. And we get to see some sun. Fun to watch these videos too. That's how I do it in post, to do the narration. But after a while, you just run out of things to say, and I think that's why a lot of people do script videos where they have a script. I don't know about Casket Man really. I don't think he has a script. I watch a lot of his American truck videos, and that's kind of pretty close to mine. I watch Jeff Favignano, and well, I kind of really got the idea from Casket Man and Jeff Favignano, who are other gamers. But, you know, Jeff Favignano, I know, does not have a script. So, the hill climb. I'm usually fairly lucky if the truck doesn't stall out. I know that was bad. I should have seen if anybody was coming. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Overshot it too, I think. Or no. Yeah, overshot it a little bit. Alright guys, so at this point I'm just going to call it quits here, and you guys will hear a song. So later.